Sean's got his looking eyes on me. Paul's sitting crisscross applesauce. Woody Bears, we are going to start our story time. I just wanted to remind us of our rules for story time. So we sit crisscross applesauce so that everyone on the carpet can see. If you need to move to see, you can do that until I begin the story, and then there's no more moving. When we read the story, our looking eyes are up on me so that you can see the pictures, and our listening ears are open so that everyone can hear what's going on. If you have a question during the story, I want you to think it in your head and then keep it in your back pocket, like Miss Leah said yesterday, and we'll answer those questions at the end of the story. Okay, so, Buddy Bears, we are going to begin our story for the day. Jenny's sitting crisscross applesauce, Jasmine sitting with her eyes on me, ready to start the story. Okay, so we are going to read our story, A Letter to Amy. We remember this story from the other day. It's by Ezra Jack Keats. He is the author, that means he writes the words, and the illustrator, he draws the pictures as well. So last time we read the story, we remember that Peter knocked Amy down when he was rushing to catch his letter when it blew away in the wind. I wonder how Amy felt when he knocked her down. I wonder how she felt when she got the letter, Peter's letter in the mail later. Let's read on and find out. So, A Letter to Amy. I'm writing a letter to Amy. I'm inviting her to my party, Peter announced. You invite someone? That means you ask someone to come to a place or an event. And Peter announced it, so he said it loud enough so everyone could hear. Why don't you just ask her? You didn't write to anyone else, said his mother. Peter stared at a sheet of paper for a while and said, well, this way it's sort of special. So this tells me that Peter must have asked all of his other friends to the party, and he's writing a letter to Amy. Amy must be a special friend because he's writing to her and he just asked everyone else. He folded the letter quite a few times, put it in the envelope, and sealed it. Let's fold our letters, everyone. Let's fold our letters up. We'll take our envelope, we'll stuff the letter into the envelope. Show me that you're stuffing the letter into the envelope. And then to seal it, stick our tongue out. We lick the seal. We close it back up and press it good so we know that it stays down. Now I'll mail it, he said. What did you write? His mother asked. Will you please come to my birthday party, Peter? You should tell her when to come. So he wrote on the back of the envelope, it is this Saturday at 2. Now I'll mail it. Put on a stamp. A stamp is a little sticker that goes up in the corner of the envelope so that the post office knows that you mailed it. He did, and started to leave. And move. If you can't see, you can move around so that you can see. Okay. Wear your raincoat. It looks like rain. He put it on and said, it looks like rain. You'd better stay in, Willie, and ran out to mail his letter. So I think that Peter must be in a hurry because he keeps trying to leave, and his mom has to keep reminding him of things that he's forgotten. I think that he's in a hurry because he really wants to mail his letter so that it gets to Amy so that she will come to his birthday party. Adrian, if you're having trouble seeing, you can go sit by Miss Leah. Walking to the mailbox, Peter looked at the sky. Check out the sky up here. Dark clouds raced across it like wild horses. He glanced up at Amy's window. Glance means just quickly look. She wasn't there. Only Pepe, her parrot, sat peering down. A parrot is a tropical bird that has lots of bright feathers, and sometimes it can even learn how to talk. Willie, didn't I tell you to stay at home? So I can see Willie over here. Willie's the dog. He must not have listened to Peter when Peter told him that he should stay home because it looks like rain.
Narrate.
Darren's sitting with his eyes on the pictures. Jenny has her eyes on the pictures. Peter thought, What will the boys say when they see a girl at my party? I'm going to stop and think because Peter must be worried that his friends are going to think that he's inviting a girl to his party. If you have a question, save it in your head, put it in your back pocket, we'll answer it later. Suddenly, there was a flash of lightning and a roar of thunder. Boom! A strong wind blew the letter out of his hand. So here's Peter and the letter blown out of his hand by the wind. Peter chased the letter. He tried to stop it with his foot, but it blew away. Then it flew high into the air. Peter's chasing the letter as it blows around in the wind. When I think about Peter chasing the letter,
I see Willie.
oh yeah, Willie's still there too. Willie must be following Peter around. So when I think of Peter chasing the letter around in the wind, I can imagine that he must feel upset or frustrated because he wants this so bad that it keeps flying away from him. That would make me frustrated. And landed, skipping across a hopscotch game. So here's the letter. It landed on a hopscotch game, which is a game we play on the sidewalk. The letter blew this way and that. Peter chased it this way and that. He couldn't catch it. Look, here's the letter. He's almost got it, but he couldn't catch it. Kyle's sitting with his eyes on the pictures. You do. Find a seat so that everyone behind you can see. Adrian's got his listening ears on. Big drops of rain began to fall. Just then, someone turned the corner. It was Amy. She waved to him. Everyone waved like Amy's waving to Peter. The letter flew right toward her. She mustn't see it, or the surprise will be spoiled. They both ran for the letter. So I'm thinking now that Peter is really going to chase after this letter because he doesn't want Amy to see it. If Amy sees the letter, she'll know about the birthday party, and then the surprise or something that unexpected that will happen will be ruined or spoiled. Yeah, so Peter's going to try really hard to catch the letter. In his great hurry, Peter bumped into Amy. He caught the letter before she could see it was for her. So I know sometimes people bump into each other accidentally, which means not on purpose. I think if you have a question, save it in your head, put it in your back pocket for later. Everyone sees Willie. Yeah, Willie's still there. So sometimes we bump into each other on accident. And look at Amy's face right here. She looks pretty upset to me. Maybe she's angry because Peter just bumped into her. She fell to the ground. Maybe she's upset or hurt because she got bumped to the ground. Quickly, he stuffed the letter into the mailbox. He looked for Amy, but she had run off, crying. So Amy is crying in this picture. She looks really upset. I think it's probably because Peter didn't say sorry, and he didn't try to help her when she fell down, when he bumped into her. When I get bumped into sometimes, I would feel upset if my friend didn't help pick me up or say I'm sorry when I got bumped into. I know that this was an accident. Peter didn't mean to bump into her on purpose. But we can still say I'm sorry, and we can still help our friend up. So maybe Amy's confused because she thought that Peter was her friend, but that's not what friends do. Friends help each other up when we say I'm sorry. But since it was an accident, Peter didn't know. Peter didn't want the surprise to be spoiled, so he kept on going. His focus was on the letter. Now she'll never come to my party, thought Peter. He saw his reflection in the street. The reflection is when the image is blown back, so you can see it like in a shiny thing, like a mirror or in a puddle. Peter is now worried that Amy's not going to come to his party because he bumped into her, and she thinks that he's really mad. She's really mad at him or upset. She doesn't know that he didn't bump into her on purpose. When Peter got back to his house, his mother asked, "Did he mail your letter?" "Yes," he said sadly. So we know that Amy was upset when Peter knocked her down over here. When Peter knocked her down, she ran away crying, and she looks kind of angry when Peter knocked her down. But how do you think she felt when she opened her mail and found the letter from Peter? I think that if that happened to me, I would feel really excited and happy to be invited to a birthday party. That sounds like so much fun. And maybe she must have understood at that moment why Peter was in such a hurry to get to mail the letter. She must feel special that she got an invitation to the letter, an invitation in the mail. Christopher is sitting with his eyes forward. Megan is sitting with her listening ears on. Hayden, your eyes need to be on the pictures. Saturday came at last. Everybody arrived, but Amy. Peter looks sad in this picture. I think that Peter probably is hoping that Amy will still show up, even though the last time he saw her, she was really upset. He wanted to wait for her to eat his cake. Shall I bring the cake out now? His mother asked Peter. No. Let's wait a little, said Peter. I think he's waiting for Amy to come to serve the cake. Now, bring it out now, chanted the boys. So chanting is when you repeat something over and over in a rhythm. Demanding them to bring it out now. That's mean. Yeah. Maybe Peter's mom doesn't feel very good that they're chanting to bring it out now. It's not very good. All right, said Peter slowly. Bring it out now. Christopher, if you have your question, you can keep it in your head, put it in your back pocket for later.
No.
Just then, the door opened. In walked Amy with her parrot. A girl, ugh, said Eddie. Happy birthday, Peter, said Amy. Happy birthday, Peter, repeated the parrot. So we said the parrots can learn how to talk. So this was a very special thing that Amy did for Peter. I bet Peter's surprised right now that Amy showed up at the party. Surprised, but also happy. And Amy feels happy too because she was able to come to her special friend's birthday party. Since Peter wrote a letter to Amy, that's doing something special for her friend, she taught her parrot how to say happy birthday, Peter, so that she could show him that she was special to him too. Peter's mother brought in the cake she had baked and lit the candles. To light something is when we put it on fire. Everyone sang, "Make a wish."